Rush is driven by Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale and online at rathmitsubishi.com. You're rolling with Rath on the Morning Rush.
Roads? Well, we're going, we don't need roads.
Well, there's nothing quite like Texas on a Saturday night.
And Nolan Richardson's walking off the court. Richardson is walking off the court. And Penders is screaming at the official about it. Nolan can leave anytime he wants, I guess. And he misses it. 3-point game, 10 seconds to go. This is not over. Mayberry, the best field goal, 3-point shooter. Mayberry hits it. And time runs out, and we go to overtime in Austin.
This is the Morning Rush.
Nothing quite like Texas on Saturday.
You know, it was 35 years ago yesterday. Where I saw War Machine posted that. War Machine does a great job posting highlights from all different decades of football, basketball, and we talked about it. I just didn't realize it was 35 years ago.
I remember watching that game. I mean, strolling with Nolan. Matt Zimmerman tells a great story on he was the one with the key that had to let Coach into the locker room. There's a lot of great backstories. Sometime we'll get him on. He can tell that story because there's some great backstories. All right. Your gears grinding a little bit, middle of the week, done gotten frustrated at work, maybe watching TV and watching some of these games last night in the SEC as it got you a little hot under the collar. It's What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by Richards Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. They can make this Sunday for the big game stress-free for you. Hand-cut steaks, pork chops, big prawn shrimp, if that's what you want. Shrimp boil does sound good for this weekend. House-made sausages, gourmet burgers. The list goes on and on. Wings, got to have wings. Is any Super Bowl party complete without wings?
Absolutely not.
Got to have wings. They can help you with that as well. Richards Country Meat Markets. What's Your Beef Wednesday? They're at 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville and online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
I'm going to be honest. I'm leaning towards not going to a party this year and just sitting on my couch and watching it, rooting just feverishly against the Kansas City Chiefs. This upcoming weekend. We'll have to see. There are some Super Bowl things I want to get into. Can I be selfish?
Hard to root for the Eagles, though.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Can I be selfish? Can we talk about the Super Bowl today? I know it's going to be more of a conversation Thursday and Friday, but with me gone, I kind of want to still talk about it and give a few things.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
No.
Let me scratch that up.
What do you think,
scratch
Colton?
that up.
We'll let
a little
Colton.
bit.
We'll save that for the big boys on Thursday.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
we'll let the adults talk
All right,
about that
so
later in the
the
week.
30 minutes of content I prep regarding the Super Bowl, just scrap it. It's not going to
You
happen.
can do that
All right,
over at the kids' table.
I'll start my beef.
I mean, I don't
And-
know what kind of show host takes off the days before the Super Bowl, but, whatever.
Well, the show host is going to be here Monday. I could have taken the Monday off too, but I decided I don't think Tommy can do a show without me on Super Bowl Monday.
Yeah, I don't think I
And by
could
the
have
way,
survived it.
since we're bringing that up, you took off these days and you took off Monday. You've done this before.
At the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
No. You've got amnesia.
No, I've got truth serum this morning, so it's happened. I apologize though.
Probably on assignment.
Poor planning.
I was probably on assignment.
Assignment of vacation. That's what it
No,
was.
I never take vacation in February.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
No, I mean, it's basketball season. I never take
You legitimately have been gone this Monday after the Super
must
Bowl.
have been a work assignment.
It was not, but that's okay. All right. So beefs. Here's mine. I have to put this a little on myself because my roommate told me before I left for the DMV, go to the downtown one, don't go to the other one. It's a lot slower. I disregarded what he said. I stopped in the turning lane, saw it was crowded outside, still decided to come in. It was in the turning lane, was going to go right and just keep on going to work. I was like, no, I'm going to do it. I proceeded to just almost nail incoming traffic, hit the curb, and made it in. So it's not a great start to begin with. I disregarded my roommate's advice. It was right, and I almost got into a wreck. So we're already getting over.
Well, who's to say the downtown one wouldn't have been busy?
You're right.
It's
That's
the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
You never get anything done at the DMV the first 5 days or the last 5 days of a month, ever.
And my dad's told me that advice, so that's 0 for 3 for me. But it continues. So get there, assess the personal property for the Camry. That takes 2 seconds. Get the sheets or whatever. I'm like, okay.
So this wasn't the license renewal.
No, this was. So I proceeded to jump in line. They were on 42. I pulled out in 86. And so, but it was going fast. It was going fast. So 30 or 45 minutes later, I get up there, and Miss Lisa, who was kind, perfect, helped me out, was great, goes through, is like, okay, this is what you need, and thanks to your advice, I had everything I got. And so it was the birth certificate, the social. I didn't have my immunization card was at the house. Luckily, I didn't need that. What else did I need?
A utility bill.
Utility bill had that. Old driver's license, and there's one other thing. I had it all. Luckily, I had it all. So this is where, and this is not her fault. I don't know if I'm blaming President Trump, Governor Sanders, but I get this renewal.
Always Trump's fault.
And it still expires next year. Why the hell do I have to get this
Hang
card?
on. When did your current license expire?
Next year.
Okay, well, they prorated it, right?
It was $10.
Yeah. Same thing happened with Laura.
But that's so stupid. Why am I getting a new license, which they require on flights starting May the 7th, and not pushing it back 5 years? I'd pay the extra whatever it was.
Yeah.
But now I got to come back and do this whole process again.
That's a reasonable stance on that.
Okay,
yeah.
so just tell me who to blame. Our listeners, 877-377-6963. I'm not done. Hold on.
You ask who to blame.
Fill in who to
go
blame.
ahead. Go ahead.
Just hold it for 1 second. So
Sam Pittman,
she tells me, and I'm thinking
Damn,
about
you're a check.
And I'm thinking about
Hunter, you're a check. It's his fault.
I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is the low point of the thing, and then the picture happens, and I had forgotten that. Not an hour or two ago, I'm 30 years old and I still get acne. It ticks me off. So I popped 2 zits.
Oh,
so
nice.
my driver's license photo, I was smiling and then I stopped. Then it flashed, and then it's blotching red. So I'm just covered in what looks like a Proactive commercial on my new license.
The before photo.
The before photo that, by the way, only lasts a year. And then I got to go through this whole wanky-danky process again.
But you don't have to bring your Social Security card. You don't have to do any of that stuff the next time.
But and then it comes out, and the lamination's jacked up. So they have to, slice it off. And so I'm petrified that when I get to X&A, that they're going to look and say, you forged this. So I have my passport in my car as a backup because I'm scared that they're going to look at this and say, well, it's not whatever. I think I got everything in there. How on God's green earth at 9:07 here this morning do I still get zits at 30 years old?
Well, what's your favorite
diet.
food?
Pizza.
What's pizza got a lot of?
Goodness.
The other G word, grease.
Grease.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is goodness, but
that's the reason. That's the driver's license thing is absurd.
I don't
legitimately. Who do I blame for that? Who can I yell and scream at and bicker at here on this What's Your Beef Wednesday?
That would be a state issue. I mean, you can blame.
Is that not just so nonsensical?
But the requirement for the new ID for boarding a plane in May is a requirement of the FAA, the federal government, whatever. Our state of Arkansas had nothing to do with that. So they prorated it, right? You said it only cost you $10.
$10.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
You'll have to go. Well, ain't a lot of money. You go back in a year. When did you say it expires now? Because it's on your birthday generally, and I think it's 8 years.
I
now.
was too ashamed to bring it in this morning. I thought I'll use it as a
we
prop
need to
and
see
show
this.
Colton and Tommy. I'm not going to show it on our video thing.
No,
I don't need people hacking my information.
We need to blur that out. We want to see this photo.
We'll put it on Twitter. All the new notifications.
It is
important stuff.
Horrific, and I say that as someone that's taking a multitude of terrible photos. But yes,
well,
the experience.
Pizza and booze, says Andrew. That's your problem.
The experience continues.
John in Nashville advises you cut the sugar, and the acne will be reduced drastically.
That's your fault. There's candy in there.
I don't buy the candy.
There's been candy in there since I started working here.
You want me to issue a no candy decree?
No, because then everyone else would quit.
I'll just say, hey, at Ty's recommendation, at the Golden Boys, due to his acne problem, No more candy in the office.
Do you use any products? Like, do you have any like face
Yeah.
wash you use in the shower? Do
It's
you
the hair
do you
gel.
exfoliate?
Yeah, I use the Neutrogena grapefruit acne wash.
Do you say grapefruit or grapefruit?
Grapefruit, because I love grapefruit. I love the seltzers. I love the sodas. I love the acne wash. I love it all.
How about a
cherry-
Fresca? How about a Fresca?
Fresca. So I went on a diatribe for about 8 minutes or so on my beef. What is your beef here on this beautiful Wednesday morning? Can you have a beef that you get to be rid of me for the next 2 days?
It's hard to be in a bad mood.
By the way, speaking of
Clay said he'd come on early.
I know. Speaking of our show, I have some great news for everyone out there listening.
In addition to you're gone the next 2 days?
In addition
In
to that.
addition to the
So listen,
vacation we all get.
listen to this. Jason Barrett, who heads up Barrett Sports Media, they come out with these radio show rankings every single year. You've got the major market shows, the mid-market shows, the time slots. They differentiate on that. And I asked him, I was like, yo, what do we got to do to crack the top 20? I didn't say it like that, but I'm, just being mean.
Probably didn't help. Yeah.
And he said, you got now listen to this. It's a big deal. I'm probably going to put it on our social somewhere. We cracked the top 58. We're in the 58 of the running for 20 midday mid-market radio
Hey,
shows.
we're 58.
So I don't know if that means that we're number 58, but at least we're on the list.
Or we're in the 58th percentile. That'd be probably more our speed.
Irregardless, congratulations are in order to the Morning Rush, a nearly
That's awesome.
20-year run that we are one of the 58 mid-market, midday shows that are considered the best sports talk radio show in America.
That's great. Is there one in
You're
every state?
welcome.
What, do I get a raise?
I would think that if this doesn't sell
this
the show,
kind of accomplishment.
I mean, that's why it's stuff like this. It's the reason that Taco Bell wants to be associated with the Hit That Line Now app. I mean, it just keeps on coming.
Is that
the good news keeps on coming.
Is that the ring of the Radio Hall of Fame calling? Is that what I hear now? How can we leave out a guy that's 58?
Who is the help me on this and forgive my ignorance, which I have to say a million times a show.
Is that Marconi on the phone? Hello?
Is it Dave Baker, the guy that does the NFL Hall of Fame when he walks up to the door and you get emotional and everything else? So I don't know what the equivalent of that is for radio. Maybe it's Clay Henry knocking on our door.
I don't think it's Clay.
And doing that.
Don't wait on Clay to knock on your door.
But that is, as angry as I was about the DMV when I got that email this morning, I became joyous instantaneously that we are one of the, again, let me
well, when he
reiterate.
hears this segment, we're probably out of the top 60.
Yes. The top 58
yeah, there you go.
mid-market.
You're going to tell everybody in
midday
Phoenix
radio
about this,
show.
aren't
Oh,
you?
my gosh.
You're going to lead
yes.
with that at the bar, aren't you?
It's why.
Hey, baby.
Do you know who this is?
Do you know who I am?
You know what's funny?
You never talked to a top 58 radio.
I know this is surprising with the occasional ego that I let loose on these airwaves, but I actually get really annoyed when my friends will go up to girls that I don't know and say, "Do you know who this is?" pointing at me. That is not that.
Oh, I got one worse than
Those
that.
are awful
It's
wingmen.
never worked. It never will work because I don't know how to play it off. I never have and I never will. So that is, again, it's one thing from 9 to 11 now, formerly 6 to 9, but now. So great news. Now, I don't know what we would have been in
We're
the, in
58.
the morning.
We're 58.
In the morning.
We're 58.
If we would have cracked that morning routine, but at least we made the top 58, the midday mid-market across the United States of America. You're welcome.
Hey, this weekend, not only the Super Bowl, not only is Ty going to be shirtless in Phoenix at the Waste Management, but the Northwest Arkansas Boat and Outdoor Expo is happening starting tomorrow at the Rogers Convention Center all the way through Sunday. If you're into fishing, kayaking, or just soaking up the outdoor vibes, this event has everything you're looking for with amazing vendors. You can see the latest gear and grab some great tips from outdoor experts for your next adventure. So don't miss it. The Northwest Arkansas Boat and Outdoor Adventure this Thursday, tomorrow through Super Bowl Sunday at the Rogers Convention Center. This is where your next adventure begins.
It's my hermano.
And that's Tommy the next 2 days. Also, Kyrie Irving
We're
talking about
58. I bet in the next 2 days we can climb to 55. What do you bet?
I just want to.
I think the next 2 days we're going to send these tapes in. I bet I bet we're going to be 55 with a bullet after the weekend's up.
Well, again, the egos run rampant on these radio stations from 6A to 7P, but I
don't think I'm number one on that list.
I would supersede Chuck, Bo, Derek. I'm not going to lump Phil and Matt in that because I don't think they necessarily deserve. But I would.
Oh, you're saying
I would
not
crawl
top
and
58?
jump. No, what I'm saying is the ego aspect of Phil and Matt does not necessarily lump into the three guys that I previously listed.
Well.
But I think I would supersede them if we actually cracked it in the top 20.
You got all those guys beat when it comes to acne. There's no question about
Well,
it.
thank you for that.
For your whole career, you have had so many great people help you win. So who is your favorite ref?
All the refs are great. All the refs are great. They do the best they can.
Is there one that you give a Christmas card to every year, possibly?
I can remember. I'll have to talk to some of my teammates.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
Well, the opening drive was made up of Super Bowl stuff, so we're going to have to talk about it. I would have paid endless amounts of money for him to just say Tommy Kraft right there. And see the,
Hey, I would pay a lot of money for me to be in that position.
to see that setup. And I realize that it sounds like the NFL basically credentials everyone for the Super Bowl.
Oh, for the media deal, yeah, it's worse than SEC media.
I think the only
you can fog a mirror, you can get in on that deal.
The only way that we would end up going is if the Cowboys actually made it, which I'm going to die before that happens, it seems like.
PPP on my part, New Orleans is not that far. It would have been fun to go down there and do it. Yeah.
Well, it's just
have a timeshare. Yeah.
It's a basketball. We're in basketball mode. Like what happened Saturday night, I wasn't not in basketball mode, but now I have nothing but Arkansas gear this weekend. I'm wearing
only thing to be better is to be there.
Okay, God. I'm never gonna live that down. Deservedly so. All right, back to
and now they're playing Texas tonight, their next biggest rival, and I can't imagine. I can't imagine not being on the air tomorrow and talk about this win tonight.
Thank God that you're there. Did you see that the 17 crews of officials and 138 of them, the NFL Refs Association came out and said that like the stuff of them rigging games is like preposterous, and it was basically just this long, drawn out press release of what you guys say is crap and we're doing our jobs correctly. Is in essence what it boiled down to.
Because that'd be the best kept secret ever. 17 crews times 7. What's that number? Plus all the past officials, everyone else involved in the system.
So 138 total.
So,
in terms of before, I don't know.
We got all these guys in on this big grand conspiracy to rig, sporting events. That'd be a hell of a secret if you could keep that.
Here's the question I have for this weekend. So Mahomes is going for number 4. 3 straight. 4 total. Brady got 7 of 10. When are we going to start talking now? He lost to Brady twice, once in the Super Bowl, once in the AFC Championship game. Some have already started to inch that way. Don't we love having the GOAT debate here on sports radio? When are you actually going to legitimately start having that conversation that we were watching the greatest quarterback that has ever graced the National Football
we're not
League?
I think he's got to have 5.
Okay.
Then you could start having the conversation.
Okay. I heard,
and then, Brady, who's the better coach in the prime, Andy Reid or Bill Belichick? That's debate worthy. But I'll say this: would you say that Mahomes has had better talent around him throughout his career than Tom Brady probably did with skilled players?
So you could say that offensively, but not defensively. Colton, what were you going to add?
I was going to say part of what makes Tom Brady so great is the fact that he did it over the span of what seemed like different eras. The start of it was the very first dynasty where he was young and he had the great defense and offensive playmakers around him. And then later on, when I was a teenager, actually watching football, I began to hate Tom Brady. Yeah, it's over a 20-year period, and he had to rebuild
the
his team.
longevity's hard to. Yeah, you're exactly point on there
for another franchise.
Well,
too.
and then also did it coming off a significant knee injury that left him out for a. Was that an entire season, or I can't remember?
It was a whole season because they had Matt Castle.
Didn't your Dolphins actually win the AFC?
They sure did, Ty. And they went to the AFC wildcard game against the Ravens and got destroyed. Thank you for
Ronnie
that reminder.
Brown and who's y'all's other running back? Did I say that right?
Yeah, Ronnie Brown back in the day. Yeah,
the old Auburn guy, wasn't it?
That was the
Or
wild Dolphin.
The Wild Dolphin had Ricky Williams in that
Yep,
backfield too.
that's who it was. All right, that is your opening drive here this morning, brought to you by First Financial Mortgage. I was actually texting Ethan this morning, non-mortgage related, and he's a good guy, man. Not only is he great,
I drove right by there. He was in the parking lot at 10 till 8. He's already in the office. I can see him through the glass in the window.
Monday mornings, he gets there at 6:45. He's there bright and early, working for you. So whether you're a potential client of his or you're a current client of his, you know he's putting in the work for you. Over 300 5-star reviews. 479-782-9300 is his number at First Financial Mortgage, or you can go online to ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender. Anyone hear Rick Pitino last night?
Inside, I want to kill myself. Outside, I just say, that's okay. We're going to make the next one.
St. John's did go on to win last night against Marquette. I haven't heard a coach say that. Now, I will say, I say that all the time. I'm bad about that. Shouldn't make suicide jokes. It's a problem, but I do say that. But I don't think I've ever heard a head coach, I think that was at halftime, might have been after the game, but I don't think I've ever heard a head coach say that. They're good. They're top 15. I think, are number one in the Big East right now.
They beat Marquette last night, and Marquette's pretty good too.
Yeah, that's with old Shaka. So that's a squad worth reckoning with. Man, that'd be fun if they played. If Pitino got matched up with Pope somehow in the NCAA tournament. By the way,
they do that sometimes.
Kentucky lost last night by 14.
Handily.
They're going to have a losing record in the SEC. I looked at it. They're going to be 7-11 by season's end. I don't know if I like that or not, considering you want them to win, because you won't love that victory.
All right, lines out for tonight. BetSaracen.com. Arkansas is catching 7 points. 7 biggins on the road at Texas. Arkansas is also plus, that is plus 275. Yeah. Plus 275 on the money line. So you can catch all that at BetSaracen.com. Download the app to your phone and have fun not only with the Arkansas and Texas game, but also the big game on Sunday as well, with every bet you can imagine is there. All right, if you're looking for a place to go tonight to watch the game, Joe's Grill and Cantina will be there. They got a Valentine's special we're going to tell you more about leading up to Valentine's Day, but you can get there tonight for half-price apps and taps during the Arkansas-Texas game. So get in there and do that tonight for the game, 8 o'clock. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith, or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for dad jokes.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
This is the Morning Rush.
Somebody get him a plane ticket for New York City.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you stuck in a paper jam of printer prices? Paper cuts from budget cuts? Don't throw in the towel. Call Dixie Digital Imaging and dive into our new and used inventory blowout. We're slashing prices on top-of-the-line Xerox, Brother, and Epson printers and multifunction devices. Gently used or brand new models that are tired of being in our warehouse. Don't miss out on these deals. Call 479-783-6600 for more details. Quantities and availability are limited. Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Rachel's at Papa's right now. Rachel, what do you think?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
You can check out their menu at papaspub.com. Cricket, how about you?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Come on by and see us at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith.
It's time to start the year strong at Heartland Honda Power Sports and Marine. Don't miss our first huge sale in 2025, featuring unbeatable discounts and exclusive incentives on many of your favorite Honda rides, like Honda Ranchers, Honda Pioneers, and Honda Goldwing, plus so much more. Whether you're tackling trails or cruising in style, we've got the perfect ride for you. Visit Heartland Honda in Springdale today and make 2025 your best year yet. Heartland Honda, work hard, play hard. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets, and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda ATVs side-by-sides are 16 years and older.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or a do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools.
You know, one of the things that the way I like to coach, I solicit a lot of feedback from the girls. And there's that language that you develop with your players that those seniors already know. And so when I'm asking them to do something, they can translate it for me, you know, or when I'm needing feedback from them, they kind of know what I'm wanting to hear.
Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports. New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hoghats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir. Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Nelly is a professional in mindset, you know, in his mindset. He comes in every morning, he watches film, he works out every morning, he comes back, gets shots up after practice, before practice. And so when a kid is doing that kind of things, you know eventually it's going to happen for him.
That was Arkansas Associate Assistant Coach Kenny Payne yesterday talking with the media about Nelly Davis, who had an awesome game against Kentucky, 18 points, 7 of 14 from the field, banged in a few threes, including the one to start really the game, and hopefully he has some success later on tonight against a Texas team, Tommy, that you play at 8 o'clock, ESPN2. They've won 3 of 4. That one loss was a 3-point not failure, but they lost to Ole Miss. So they're playing some good basketball right now. Play good defense, and Arkansas is going to have a little bit tougher time scoring on them than they did in Lexington, I would think.
Well, and how much confidence does Arkansas come into this game with? We talked about the Oklahoma game, 9 3-pointers there, 13 against Kentucky. I don't know how the shoot around went last night. I'm sure they kind of following that rhythm and routine. Later game, kind of like it was the last couple ones. Maybe they found a little bit of a formula here to have a more confident night again tonight on the road. Road or home, I don't think it matters. I think if you can go into Rupp and win, you can win anywhere in this league, including Auburn.
Yep, and they executed really well.
We executed in that game. In the half court, we ran our stuff correctly. We set great screens. The spacing was great, which allowed us to do what we do best, which is sort of get the ball in the lane.
And hopefully they're able to do that. They still don't have a post presence, which is a little concerning, but we'll wait and see. Hopefully Jonas comes on at some point. Again, it's 8 o'clock, ESPN2. Chuck and Z courtside starting at 7:30. Tommy mentioned the line, 7 on the Bet Saracen app. So if you want to bet on Arkansas, it's plus 275 as well. Hey, congrats to the women's golf team, number 2 in the country. They won the Puerto Rico Classic. Congratulations to them. Gabe Gackle.
I need to cover golf on the road. That's what I need. I need to go behind enemy lines with the golf team. They
They're,
go to Cabo. They go to Puerto Rico.
Hilton Head. I feel like they go to Hilton Head.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these.
They don't go anywhere ugly.
It's not bad. No, it's not bad at all. Gabe Gackle, who's really hyped, picked up another All-American list. This one from Baseball America, second team. I know people were really excited about this pitching rotation and everything else. I hadn't mentioned DVH had his first Slaughter Club, which is now almost at the Clinton Library. It's just the Fayetteville Public Library, right? So you saying Clinton Library?
You're asking me?
Yeah, that's where they moved. It's usually at Mermaids,
Yeah.
but I think it's moved to the Fayetteville Public Library. If I remember that right.
He
They had
says with confidence, folks.
well, some of the stuff, it's like I look for you for help, and
I don't know that.
often
I would have said
don't
Mermaids because I was,
They moved it,
Yeah.
but I think it's Fayetteville Public Library. And by the way, saw Matt Jones, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, did get the information, Freedom of Information request that Arkansas will once again be playing in Globe Life in almost said Texas Ranger State, but yeah, Globe Life Field next year in 2026. Which this event, I know Clay's talked about it. We never get to go because we're in basketball mode and you've got work and we're kind of locked into basketball. But it is, if you're in the Dallas metro area, if you've never been, it's an event you want to take in. It sure seems like, based on everyone I've talked to that's gone.
He's so locked in. He's going to Phoenix, folks. That's how locked into basketball he is this weekend.
Get crap for the rest of the time. He's
just locked in.
Just gotta suck it up.
He's so stressed out. He's got zits popping out everywhere. That's how stressed out about this.
I
he
will
is.
say, I thought y'all were just gonna lambast me for that photo, but you actually took it easy.
It wasn't bad.
It
not
doesn't
terrible.
look good.
I mean, you overcame a lot to make that look all right.
All right, and that's your hog update.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8
I was gonna go to Cecil, but I guess he
Cecil hung up?
Cecil called
Probably
back.
all them radio ads he's running, getting him. He's got probably business walking in the door. He just can't talk to us.
877-377-6963 if you do want to jump in with us here this morning. Got plenty more stuff to talk about when it comes to this basketball game. Colton's got a nice little montage we cooked up of some of the great memories. We played one earlier in the show of strolling at Nolan, which was 35 years ago yesterday. But there's been, again, fun games. I hate Texas because of one person, Kevin Durant. Not for what he did as a Longhorn, for how he destroyed my Oklahoma City Thunder for a number of years when he decided to abandon us and go to greener pastures in Golden State. And that's why I hate Texas, because of Kevin Durant. I'm sure there's plenty of reasons. I'm sure there's plenty of reasons why you hate Texas basketball, but that is my reason why I hate Texas basketball.
All right, so what's your beef on this Wednesday? What's your beef Wednesday? Brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. They're getting you getting you ready for the big game on Sunday. They'll do gourmet burger patties for you. Get that ready to go. House-made sausages and bratwurst. So anything you want to grill, you want to, hey, I need 6 racks of ribs. They can do those for you. You want beef ribs? They can do those. Hand-cut steak, shrimp, fish. They've got it all. I don't know that I'd do fish for a Super Bowl party, but if that's the way you want to go, they can do that for you as well. It's all at Richard's Country Meat Market online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com or call ahead. They'll have it ready, 479-443-0009. 888-800-0000.
I know that.
Yeah.
Tom is all so excited. The Sounds of Bomb are back. I know. We're going to give you some a few that we're going to play.
Walk-up music?
Yeah, the walk-up music. You're going to have to rate each of these guys' walk-up songs. Give them a 1 to 10 on your approval rating.
Okay. Looking forward to doing that as well. Hey, live racing is back this weekend at Oaklawn. If you haven't downloaded the Oaklawn Anywhere app, do that today. You can have all the past performances and the handicapping data they'll give you. Plus, when you use the promo code RUSH25 when you sign up, they'll give you a $150 sign-up bonus at the place, at Oaklawn. The brand you know, the brand you trust, the place you've been, it's Oaklawn. The number one horse racing information is right there with the Oaklawn app, the Oaklawn Anywhere app. Use the promo code RUSH25.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Looking for a new home in the heart of Northwest Arkansas? Head to the Cottage at the Park. These beautiful homes by Buffington have direct access to a 120-acre park and offer maintenance-free yards. That means free time can be spent watching the hogs, traveling, playing in the park, or just enjoying a weekend without yard work. For relaxed living at its finest, Cottage at the Park is the best move you'll make. Visit BuffingtonHomesAR.com/hogradio for details.
Looking for a way to get your favorite lures from Pradco at the click of a button? Learner.com not only has brands such as Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, but the site includes exclusive deals and baits you won't find anywhere else for your favorite brands. We have free shipping for all U.S. orders over $35, so be sure to treat your favorite fishing buddy or yourself to some new tackle box treasures. Check out Learner.com today.
Hey, this is former Razorback Jalen Williams, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meinke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meinke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meinke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Rachel's at Papa's right now. Rachel, what do you think?
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football to NBA, college basketball to NHL and UFC, BetOnline is your number one sports betting source for the new year. From every touchdown to three-pointer and hat trick, BetOnline has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline, the game starts Let's hear.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike
Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Eat Lux your way with the new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. The $5 Classic box is iconic all over. The $7 Supreme box has your decadent favorites and then some. The $9 Discovery box introduces you to your newest obsession, like cheesy dipping burritos. Introducing the new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes, only at Taco Bell.
In every generation, there are those who question the status quo. Questions like, why can't chicken be slow roasted? Why can't I have shredded purple cabbage? Why can't my quesadilla have cheese inside and out? And where's my avocado verde salsa? The new era of chicken is here to stay. The Cantina Chicken Menu, only at Taco Bell.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Time for the Carpat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
All right, we're talking basketball only, so exclude football, exclude baseball from this conversation. Where does Texas rank on your list of rivals? Play them tonight. You just got through playing Kentucky. There's other schools you haven't liked along the way. No one likes Nate Oates a lot right now with Alabama. Mm-hmm. But where is Texas? Is just the name Texas enough to carry them to the top? Is Kentucky still number one on your list of rivals? How do you feel about tonight's game, and how much does just the name Texas bring your blood to a boil?
This is recency bias, but in my age obviously affects that. But I think there's three. Kentucky's always one for me. It's been that way since I was born. I think Bama's gone up to two.
See, like in baseball, LSU's easy number one for me.
See, it's Ole Miss for me. Ole Miss then LSU.
Okay, but LSU's all because they're games of significance. Mm-hmm. Kentucky, I think, is number one in a lot of fans' minds because you haven't played Texas a lot in basketball. You certainly haven't played them in sports of significance. And let's be honest, Texas basketball may be a distant third to football, number one. I think baseball may be two in a lot of ways. I'm not sure men's basketball is high on the priority list with their fan base, at least.
And I mean, you can make an argument for some people that Tennessee has moved up to
well, Tennessee's good, but I don't know that they're a heated rival with the Razorbacks.
In baseball.
On baseball, okay.
On your when you brought in baseball.
Where does Texas rank as a fan tonight? Give us your thoughts. 877-377-6963. You could text those thoughts in. How do you feel about Texas in comparison to the other schools in the league?
When we ask questions like this, it's always interesting to see the part of the state that has the most explicit response.
Mm-hmm.
And for Texarkana, Danny, who's down there, it's always going to be Texas.
Yeah.
And I mean, you think about just the border. It's State Line? Is that road? Help me on that.
State Line, yeah.
Yep. So that you think about the separation. I mean, I was talking to our friend yesterday, Brett Brundage at Fish City Grill. His disdain for Missouri has gone up exponentially because of there's a lot more Missouri fans that live in Northwest Arkansas right now, and they're kicking our tail in
Harrison,
football.
Mountain Home, people listening on 104.3 right now probably have that. I think it is regional within our state. There's probably Ole Miss is at the top of the list if you lived in the southeast corner. But again, this is a basketball-only perspective.
It's
I think in football, no one considers Kentucky a rival.
Here's what we'll do. Maybe again, it's been 30-plus years since you played these guys in a conference game. Clay reminded me yesterday, again, you play these guys in the Moody Center. It was an exhibition game that didn't count. Maybe we need to refresh your memory a little bit. Go back to some of the games of consequence that you played these guys.
There's Eddie Sutton, the head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks. He has just won his 6th game against Texas, and he has lost just a couple.
Showtime by the Arkansas Razorbacks. Well, you knew that was going to happen. 100 points for Arkansas, 76 for Texas, and a big win, Ron. Arkansas, the champions of the Southwest Conference. Miller, home run up to date. So the Southwest Conference will have a team in the Final Four for Arkansas's first trip since the squad in 1978. Now bring it back out. Here's Washington.
So I think the best clip that you had in there, Colton, was when you beat them in the Elite Eight in 1990.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I have, right? It's not just the significance in the conference game. It's the fact that, of course, you were in Austin when you hit the shot. When I said you hit the shot, U.S. Reed hit the shot against Louisville, and that was a big deal. But Tom, it's not just about when you play in the regular season. It's the battles in Reunion Arena, but the postseason aspect's a big deal too.
I remember
that's a massive deal.
I remember driving back from Dallas, and we caught the radio broadcast somewhere in eastern Oklahoma. We went down trying to get tickets to get into Reunion Arena, didn't have them, couldn't get them, so drove back home, and we were listening. It still is just as clear in my mind as it was the day I heard it. I was probably 14 or 15 years old when Tom Penders has seen enough. He needs a timeout. Tom Penders has seen enough. That was Mike Nell's call as Arkansas went on a run, and to beat Sweet Tom down there, and those were just some amazing matchups. Texas was up and down. But they were, because of the Southwest Conference, they were generally one of the top teams, and it was Texas, and you wanted to beat them. So, yeah. But you hadn't played games of consequence in basketball with Texas in over 30 years.
And again, Texas has won 3 of 4. You just had the biggest win of the season. I would put the Kentucky win over the Michigan win. Who goes where after tonight? We'll find out. That's your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily question. Where does Texas rank in your mind in Arkansas's basketball rivals? You can watch the game tonight if you want to at Cart Pass Social. College football's over. The NFL's going to be over with after this weekend. But you could take advantage of all their televisions. You could watch other sports. NCAA tournament's going to be around the corner before we know it. And you can have a lot of fun playing golf at an awesome facility. Christian Olsen, Nate Gearhead have put together an incredible place for you to just have casual fun. You can play over 500 different courses, all these different majors, all these different events. Check them out at CartPassSocial.com. Got some phone calls we'll take, starting with Tony, who's in Greenwood. Tony, you're up first here on the Morning Rush.
Yeah, it's still a little bit of my thunder there, but the days of Nolan versus Sweet Tom that he called him, and all that, and the cowboy boots that Tom wore, those were some great memories.
That perm hair, remember that perm hairdo he had?
Oh yeah, but hey, remember a couple things. The classic Sports Illustrated photo with Sidney making the dunk. That's against Texas,
right?
And that's when Arkansas basketball was really making themselves known. That's when Abe Lemons was the coach, and then just a couple years later, when they came back to Fayetteville, and I was in school there, I believe it was Valentine's Day that Darrell Walker and Alvin Robertson and these guys, and probably Joe Klein was on that team. I can't remember, but the game on Valentine's night, when Abe Lemons said that when he came out of the tunnel, it sounded like Arkansas had made 6 dunks in a row, and it was just a battle. Darrell Walker got into a fight. It was the last time that they let Texas come out of the tunnel next to the students, because one of my fraternity brothers actually punched Abe Lemons in the gut on the way out at the end of the game. It was raucous. It was raucous. And of course, but that was, like you say, 30 years ago, and Kentucky, and even back then, I mean, at that time, Phi Slamma Jamma, Houston was a little bit more of an important game. But yeah, there were some great ones back then.
All right. Tony, thanks for the call.
Matt's in Springdale. Matt, go ahead.
I think we got Matt. Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, yeah, thanks, man. In my mind, it's got to be Kentucky. I just got like a 60-second story I think you guys will appreciate. And for a few years, I lived in Kentucky. I worked in an office where Matt Bevin, the former governor of Kentucky, would come in and hang out with us for a little bit. He found out I was from Arkansas and gave my wife and I tickets to the Kentucky-Arkansas game in January of 17. We sat in the governor's seats and got, our tickets got checked over and over and over again, which was super fun. But, man, that was that game where Jalen Barford stepped on that guy's chest. And at like halftime, we were tied, and they went on to beat us by like 20, I think. But, man, that game, it just cemented in my mind Kentucky's our rival. So Kentucky's is my answer to that question.
Kentucky's always
Matt,
for you.
great story. Thanks for the call.
Cecil's up next. Cecil, go ahead.
Hey, fellas. Good morning. Daryl Walker was definitely a fighter. We used to hang out after games. Wilson Sharp, he'd crash the party. He was like a gang member way back in the days, man. He had a bad attitude. But Texas, man, and Arkansas has a lot of history. Ever since I was young in school, it was always Texas and Arkansas. Southwest Conference was Texas. I mean, you got A&M, Rice, Baylor, all of that, but Texas and Arkansas was the rival. Anytime we played them, I don't care what sport we played them in, it was big. When Arkansas left the Southwest Conference, it lasted a year or two after that and folded. But if you're going on history, it's Texas. Right now, even when Houston was the Cougars was they wasn't that big back then. They was good. Akeem them. Yeah, I mean, just that era right there, but after that, it wasn't nothing. The Cougars, I mean, that was just when Drexel was there. But, yes, Kentucky's a rivalry because of Nolan Richardson, Petrino, Tubby Smith, Nolan Richardson. They paved the way for the rivalry. But other than that, the history is more on the Texas because it was big. It was super duper huge. Even when we've been in Fayetteville, Gary Anderson showed out that game. But man, I got a lot of history, a lot of memories of the homecoming games, kicking it in Wilson Sharp. Joe Klein and what's the name? Out of Danville, our quarterback.
Oh, Brad Taylor?
Brad Taylor, they was roommates. Because I used to stay in the room with Raven. Raven was a year in front of me. So Bobby Joe Edmonds and Raven was roommates. Bobby Joe was a prostitute, basically. He never stayed in the dorm. So wow. I used to stay in there with Raven. Yeah, I just talked to him a couple days ago.
I've heard the same thing about Tommy said in college. Cecil, appreciate
Mike
that.
Mike Ratcliffe and Greg Laster was room. I remember all that. Wilson Sharp, it's different now because they changed the whole dynamic of the dorm. Boy, I had a lot of fun kicking it up there, man.
That sounds like they all had. Cecil, thanks for the call.
So, think about
we'll get off the phone for you. Empty out all the skeletons in the closet.
Yeah, I was going to say things about dorms and like in NWA.
Afraid Cecil may know some stuff on me. I don't want out there.
No, that's not. He called him a prostitute. Apparently, you were the same way when you were roaming around West Ark and Arkansas Tech back in the day.
Hey, we're brought to you by LureNet.com. Go there for all your favorite Pradco brands like Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more. But the site also includes exclusive deals and baits you won't find anywhere else for all your favorite brands. Plus, you get free shipping on orders over $35 in the U.S. So find all your favorite fishing lures and treat your buddies to some great treasures as well. Go in their tackle box. That's LureNet.com. LureNet.com.
All right, in hour number 2, we're going to chat with Richard Davenport. What's going on with recruiting with Arkansas football and basketball, his thoughts on tonight's matchup. Plus, I want to get into this Greg Brooks LSU stuff. We haven't talked about that just yet. All that's coming up when we return.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Novo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
The Fence Man, the company you can trust when it comes to building quality fencing and gates, is looking for quality people to join the Fence Man team. If you are a fence builder or have building or welding experience, apply in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man offers great pay and a $500 sign-on bonus. Join the top fence building team and get a $500 sign-on bonus. The Fence Man. Apply today in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man is an equal opportunity employer.
On a cattle ranch, calves aren't only raised by their mother, they're raised by a community of farmers, ranchers, and veterinarians committed to giving them the healthiest, most comfortable life possible. Because for cattle farmers, ranchers, and the moms of those baby calves, animal welfare is the top priority. Together, we bring more. Beef. It's what's for dinner. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers. This message courtesy of the Arkansas Beef Council and Beef. It's what'sfordinner.com.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new ultra matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
This is the Morning Rush.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Rachel's at Papa's right now. Rachel, what do you think?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
You can check out their menu at papaspub.com. Cricket, how about you?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Come on by and see us at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith.
It's time to start the year strong at Heartland Honda Power Sports and Marine. Don't miss our first huge sale in 2025, featuring unbeatable discounts and exclusive incentives on many of your favorite Honda rides, like Honda Ranchers, Honda Pioneers, and Honda Goldwing, plus so much more. Whether you're tackling trails or cruising in style, we've got the perfect ride for you. Visit Heartland Honda in Springdale today and make 2025 your best year yet. Heartland Honda, work hard, play hard. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda ATVs side-by-sides are at 16 years and older.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. You've got beer and football, nothing is hard, until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The Paint Store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
The Golf Nut is thrilled to introduce new products for 2025, including Cobra Dark Speed Adapt woods and irons, Ping G440 woods and irons, and TaylorMade QI35 woods. Lap putters, including the latest OZ model, are also available. Whether you want to improve your swing or enjoy the game, the Golf Nut offers a range of options. Book a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators and experience golfing greatness. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue for your ultimate golfing destination.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, expected to see cloudy skies at least early with a chance of some showers and even a few patchy areas of drizzle. Limited sunshine throughout the afternoon, low 60s north, upper 60s south. Partly cloudy sky later on tonight. Overnight low will drop down in the low to mid 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Cop CDL Academy. Call them today at 479-632-1050. Cop CDL Academy, expanding horizons.
Listening to the Morning Rush on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
I would just say I'm not set for the priesthood or taking one of those vows. I just don't know how they do it.
This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
Well, there's nothing quite like Texas on a Saturday night. And Nolan Richardson's walking off the court. Richardson is walking off the court. And Penders is screaming at the official about it. Nolan can leave anytime he wants, I guess. And he misses it. 3-point game, 10 seconds to go. This is not over. Mayberry, the best field goal, 3-point shooter. Mayberry hits it. And time runs out, and we go to overtime in Austin.
This is the Morning Rush.
Nothing quite like
Thank you, Mr. Nelson, for bringing us into hour number 2. Technically, we texted us on Wednesday night, but I felt like that this was a good enough song that we could pair it with that great highlight. 35 years ago yesterday, strolling with Nolan occurred. Arkansas came back and won that game later on in overtime. I have to say this about Austin. Is the most overrated big city in the United States of America. Like, to keep Austin weird, I've been. It's
I
not.
haven't been yet.
It's
got a little hippy dippy. But I want to go down there to that. I want to go there and eat some of that brisket at that guy's place.
I'll give Texas this. They know about brisket and barbecue. I will give them that. But when we went down to Austin, we saw the bats. That was kind of cool. Have you seen like the bats in the bridge where they all hang out and then they just all of a sudden flock off?
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Bat poop everywhere.
Yeah, and it's a whole ordeal.
Isn't that nice?
We floated the river, San Marcos, I think it was. We also went to like the swimming pool. But they're like nightlife and the food's really good, but their nightlife, it was just like voodoo and like strippers. It was
Sounds like you're kind of
no, it like legitimately it was gross. Like New Orleans
was it New Orleans meets Vegas?
It was like a great.
What's their street? Is 6th?
6th Street. It was a great value version of New Orleans. I was
a little different than the 6th Street that I grew in the town I grew up in.
Yeah,
so.
I was thoroughly disappointed with Austin. I don't understand the praise for Austin.
Will they not have a Rowdy Beaver there? Was there not a location?
Wild Beaver.
Whatever. What was that place in Indianapolis?
Wild Beaver.
The Wild Beaver. I thought it was the Rowdy Beaver.
You talk about one of the greatest bars in the history of the United States. That would be it. By the way, if you hadn't heard, Phil Elson wanted to wish us a congratulations for being one of the top 58 mid-market midday shows.
Not 57.
He's 58. He says, think of it this way. Heinz has more products than shows that are just as popular as the Morning
Exactly
Rush.
right.
He calls us the
Heinz 57 is one of my favorites.
Yeah, he says that we are the Wake Forest of sports radio.
Absolutely, and proud of it. You know,
LOL. Phil.
You wait till we get our NIL money in order around here. We're going places, folks. We're going places.
Do you watch?
We'll get more done in 2 hours than some people get done in 1.
This is more up Colton and I's alley. Do you watch Kill Tony?
No.
Okay, it's based in Austin. That is a hysterical show. It's probably not your sense of humor based on your reaction to Shane Gillis, but it's fantastic.
Hey, it's a What's Your Beef Wednesday brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Make Super Bowl Sunday stress-free. How do you do that? Well, you call Richard's, 479-443-0000. I don't know about you, and I know you don't cook for crowds, but when you're cooking for the masses that are coming to your home, I know Super Bowl Sunday can be a lot more about finger foods, but when you got to do the ribs or the pork butt or the burgers, that's a lot of pressure. And you want to start with a great cut of meat, a great gourmet burger, a great bratwurst or sausage. That's what you're always going to find at Richard's Country Meat Market. Call them. They'll have you Super Bowl ready. 479-443-0000. Ask them about chicken wings, too, because I don't think you can have a Super Bowl party without wings. They'll have it all for you. Richard's Country Meat Market and online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
One quick beef to stay in line with What's Your Beef Wednesday before we talk with RD. Did you see Myles Garrett's trade request openly about his situation? And I understand, I guess a beef of mine is this is like accepted nowadays. Like if I, for example, decided that I no longer wanted to work here at ESPN Arkansas for whatever reason, and I just put out an open request that saying I would like to be traded, i.e. fired or resign, whatever that. It's so accepted now in professional sports. And like I go back and forth because Myles Garrett is trying to do one thing, win a championship. He's got the individual accolades, Pro Bowler, potential Hall of Famer. I think he's well on his way to that based on his sack totals and everything else. So I get that it's not going to happen because he's in dog pound. But at the same time, I'm also it's kind of a beef of mine that this is just so accepted nowadays in professional sports. And obviously it's trickled down to college sports as well. I mean, trade request is the transfer portal. It's just, I don't like where I'm at, I'm leaving. And it's not always peachy. It's not always green where the grass is. Where do you stand on that? Am I making too big a deal of that?
Loyalty is a bygone virtue anymore. I mean, loyalty just doesn't exist anymore. The loyalty's to yourself and the dollar anymore. And it's like you said, filtered down to the collegiate level. We'll ask Richard here in a minute. I think it's coming to the high school level because NIL's coming. You can't stop it at the high school level. It's already around in other states. It's going to be in our state at some point.
I love the text. We might as well. Richard, just come in here for a sec. Yeah. I love the text that we get. And that's with me and you, and it's like, this is your generation's fault, Ty. Yeah. And it's something, and it's 100%. Like, it is my fault, isn't it, Richard?
Bunch of entitled brats.
Say that again, because you brought me on, and I kind of got cut off.
Oh, just saying that, like, anytime anything bad happens, that it's my generation's fault. We were just talking about the group text that you, Tom, and myself are in from time to time, where you just poke fun at us a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but at the same time, I also blame parents. Parents are really the main problem. They raise their kids a certain way, and I was raised with a lot of tough love. I don't know if, and this is not pertaining to all parents, but quite a few parents that they try to shield kids from everyday life and disappointments and stuff like that, and I don't think that's good. You have to let them bump their heads a few times and learn the process of going through life with the ups and downs.
So should Myles Garrett have requested the trade?
I think that's his right. I just saw a headline. I really didn't read anything about it. Did he ask for anything just kind of crazy or anything like that?
No, like I said, it was kind of a well thought out, not response, but post that, hey, he has a goal of winning a Super Bowl. Doesn't feel like it could happen in Cleveland. He's gotten the individual accolades. And so I feel for him there, but other places, I don't feel like it's necessarily that righteous case where I feel like that's a righteous case on his behalf. I don't feel that about some other trades that have been asked for over the years.
Ty entered the radio portal, and he has not cleared waivers yet. No one's picked him up off the waiver wire. So,
Yeah, and it won't
It's
happen.
a treacherous
It won't
world.
happen.
It's a treacherous world out there.
Yeah, there was
RD.
a station in Stuttgart that offered to send us 2 ag reporters for one tie, but,
That was too much. Tommy knocked down the trade.
I don't know.
I'll tell you what. Speaking of trades,
Throwing a John Deere 80 horse, maybe we're talking.
I want to know the negotiating power. I've got to take whatever Rob Pelinka did, who's the GM of the Los Angeles Lakers, and how he just sandbagged Nico Harrison. That's one of the worst trade destructions I've ever seen, where one side won everything, the other side didn't win jack. But my gosh, negotiating power there and there. RD with us, Richard Davenport, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, every single Wednesday. Richard, before we talk recruiting, what's your feel on this game tonight? Arkansas is a 7-point dog heading into Austin. Texas has won 3 of 4. Not going to be an easy matchup, but any chance they could pull out some of the stuff from Saturday into the Moody Center tonight?
Well, sure, there was a chance, but at least if you look at their body of work this year, they usually don't put back-to-back good games together. Maybe this would be one of them. And obviously, it's highly doubtful that they'll shoot anything like they did against Kentucky again this year. I mean, they're pretty limited offensively for whatever reason. The stroke was good against Kentucky, and obviously needed to be able to beat them. But until they show a little bit more consistency offensively, it's going to be hard to really think that they're going to go into a hostile environment and pull out a win. But obviously they showed that against Kentucky. So if you're an Arkansas fan, you definitely hoping and praying that they have back-to-back performances like that.
Yeah. So you cover the recruiting beat. Any bump, any text traffic, any noise you're hearing off the win on Saturday from that more high-profile recruits, or did it even move the needle?
I'm sure it kind of helped, but I don't know if it definitely moved the needle or anything. I think the main thing is just consistency, and this team hasn't been consistent. I just tend to think that, if they go on a run, I think that helps a little bit. But I think the main thing with Coach Cal, guys know that he's going to win. Whether or not this is going to be the season that Arkansas fans, obviously wish for as far as going to the NCAA tournament and making a run. It doesn't seem likely, but you just never know. It's possible. But I just tend to think that people, parents and kids, look at his track record and know, well, this is just kind of a bump in the road. It probably won't happen again, and I'd be surprised if it does happen again. So I think you look at the track record of people and really determine, their worth, and his worth is obviously a Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah. Rich, we hadn't talked to you since last week when some news came out from the university and Hunter Yurachek and the foundation about new levels of donating and giving that are available and requirements as they reseat Bud Walton Arena. What was your reaction to the information they gave to fans and season ticket holders? And what was your takeaways from that, from someone that's observed Razorback basketball for 40 plus years?
I understand the reasoning. I really do. You got to come up with approximately $21 million to after this judgment is ruled, in which everything points that the revenue sharing will go into effect, and schools will have to come up with that type of money. So people say, well, the timing of it with the season going the way it is. Well, something like this is probably a year or two in the works, and especially when you know that you have that $21 million that you got to come up with. So it really wasn't a great time, any time to make a decision to put something out like that out. But you have to come up with the money, and I didn't read in depth about it, but my biggest concern is just the middle class. The middle class is being priced out of professional sports and I think even college sports, and that's the part that I really really hate. It's becoming more corporate, and I'm free market. I'm a free market guy to the extreme, but at the same time, sometimes there needs to be a little bit of a correction. But I'm not so sure there's going to be a correction.
Yeah, and it's kind of like flying on an airplane. There's first class, there's business class, and then there's where me and you sit back in coach. And there's only going to be around 3,500 season ticket holders. I know there's 17,000 or 19,000 seats. There's about 15,000 available. But talking with Ryan White with the foundation last week, there's about 3,500 or so Arkansans or fans that will be able to buy the tickets. Is kind of the number. So, I don't know what's the bottom end of that going to look like. Is it going to be $5,000 in giving? Is it going to be closer to 10, or will people that can only give 2,500 be able to even get in the building? That I think it's going to be interesting to see what the marketplace and the demand is. And these last 10 games are going to go a long ways into determining people's appetites for those pricey seats next year.
Just a little bit that I've read, it does seem like that. That the donation levels seem to be on the lower end in the SEC. I could be wrong. Just a little bit that I've read. And
they're certainly not at the top. So
no. But at the same time, $2,500 for a family of four, middle class family
plus the tickets.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, man, for entertainment. And so it's going to price out some people, and some other people that can't afford it will take up that slack. But again, it's getting more and more expensive, and I just worry about the impact on the everyday fan that is working extra hard to try to afford those tickets and that donation, but they finally have enough, and so we can't do it, and you just have to try to find tickets here or there once in a while instead of having season tickets.
Who always pays? It's the consumer. This is just another reminder. Bird flu. Who's paying more for eggs? You, the consumer, right now. The distributions from the SEC go up. Who pays more for their Hulu or YouTube TV or their Cox Cable or whatever? You do. And I don't know why we ever thought the money was going to arrive from anyone other than we, the fans. And once again, we, the fans, are going to foot the bill or we're not.
I got to compromise. So the Mavericks are giving season ticket refunds because of the Luka thing. If Arkansas doesn't make the NCAA tournament, Richard, they should reward their season ticket holders with a refund.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that.
Is that not going to happen?
No.
I tried.
I mean, that's just a wild guess,
I tried. I do my best. I try from time to time. Richard, I want to shift gears with you. We're talking with Richard Davenport, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. I haven't fully dove into the story, spent an hour or two looking at every detail involving former Razorback cornerback Greg Brooks. But just some of the stuff I've seen is bad. I saw him in that ABC interview with Michael Strahan. For those that don't know, Greg Brooks and his family have an ongoing lawsuit against LSU right now for what they believed is a botched brain surgery with the tumor that he had to remove. And I believe I have all that info and everything right. Richard, you got to know Greg when he was recruited initially and then at Arkansas a little bit. What have you made that's gone on currently? And they seem that family seems to be really ticked at Brian Kelly right now for not reaching out during this entire process.
Yeah, when you see the interview, man, that's tough to watch. It really is, to see a young man who obviously was very athletic and great shape and seemed to have a lot of good things going for him, and then he has trouble communicating. I guess he can't walk. You hope the biggest thing right now is you just hope that he can continue to rehab and somehow function the best that he possibly can to have the best close to normal life possible, and that's the biggest thing. But in talking to Greg back during the recruiting process, he was a Mississippi State commitment at the time when Arkansas flipped him. Mm-hmm. He made an official visit to Arkansas back when he was in high school in November of his senior year. And that pretty much sealed the deal there. But and with Kelly, I just wonder if the LSU attorneys are saying you cannot reach out. You may say something that
okay.
I could be wrong, and I'm not defending that totally, because that's tough to think that the head coach hasn't reached out to you. But at the same time, when your boss, I mean, I'm just speculating, but it makes sense. When you have a lawsuit going forward, you don't want to say anything that damages your case. So I try to look at both sides, but at the same time, man, I just, from a human perspective, it's hard to believe that there hasn't been any communication in some way, at least a card, or I don't know. That's the thing that I think could potentially hurt them in recruiting, because moms are going to look at that, dads are going to look at that, regardless if the LSU attorneys have told him not to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a bad look.
Yeah, no, I agree. And when you mentioned the Mississippi State, the initial commitment, funny enough, that second game of the season, Arkansas beat Mississippi State. He took one back to the house from KJ Costello. So it's funny how things kind of work in that way. Richard, we'll leave it there, man. Appreciate you joining us this morning, and hopefully we'll get some better updates in the future on Greg when it comes to this process.
All right, guys. Always enjoy being with you, and I appreciate you.
Have you seen that video yet?
I have not seen the video. Just your description, it doesn't sound good.
Here's the best description I can have just off the top of my head. You remember Eric LaGrange from Rutgers?
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of current state that's the best comparison I have for Greg.
And be so young and the quality of your life snuffed out.
Mm-hmm. So
and how it affects your family. And I mean, you don't have a heart if it doesn't go out to someone going through something like that. Brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group, your number one source for top quality aggregates, asphalt, and ready-mix concrete. I was looking at their Facebook post last night, and they were showing a picture of the Weddington interchange that's been recently completed, and how many tons of gravel, tons of asphalt, hot mix went into that. Those are the kind of jobs that APAC can do. But that's a big job, and they've done bigger jobs. They're working, I know, with a new Walmart campus, but hey, I need someone to help me with my driveway and sidewalks and concrete around my house, building a home, about the foundation. They can help you with all of that at APAC and Standard Materials Group. 479-587-3300 for your materials and ready-mix needs. It's APAC and Standard Materials Group, 479-587-3300.
So we're looking forward to tonight, 8 o'clock, ESPN2, right here on these very radio stations, hitthatline.com, and our Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. Cal's also looking forward to moving on from Kentucky.
All of us, especially me, we can't look back because we're not changing what happened. I know there were some games you say, we should have won this one, we should. What do you think I say? But all of us have got to just keep looking forward.
This game tonight, and this season, I should say, is not just about Kentucky and moving on. We've talked about, and well, trust me, I promise we'll lay into them coming up, because there's plenty to lay into after their performance.
Did they win last night?
No, they lost.
Oh, they lost.
Thank God.
But seems like I heard something about that.
The one thing I'm a little iffy on is, is this team going to get over this?
You got to get over a win sometimes.
Yeah, and we've talked about that before. You have these emotional highs.
Well, you're playing on Wednesday, not playing on Tuesday. You're playing the late game, so I guess that's as good as it can get. You got the last game. They got the last time slot following the last time slot on Saturday. It's the last time slot midweek. So, what more do you want in that regard?
Make the Alabama game the most important game of the season by winning tonight.
And it isn't if you don't win tonight.
And you're a 7-point dog. So I'm not expecting them to win, but man, it would sure be fun if they actually did.
Hey, how's your business website? What's the health of it? What's the over-under on it? Is it getting you more clients and more leads? Well, if you need help there, Modular Orange that's what they do. They build great-looking business websites, and they get it done in a couple of weeks, and it's only $95 a month to get you up and going. They do everything from the hosting and the security to the design to helping you write it, the content, all of those things. So they take all the hassle and the frustration and the time-consuming part off your plate. 479-755-3043. $95 a month for Modular Orange. Go to modularorange.com.
All right, Brent is in Searcy this morning. He wanted to talk about the Greg Brooks story that we were chatting with Richard about. Brent, what's your thoughts on all of this?
Well, my take on this is 100%, and I'm coming from a perspective of a person that is walks on canes and in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Okay, and I am of the opinion that LSU and Brian Kelly or whatever, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. They ought to be ashamed of themselves if they put this young man. If there was a botched surgery, they ought to be ashamed of themselves, and they ought to come clean with it. And I don't blame the family at all. I would be totally off my rocker if something like that had happened to my son.
And you've obviously got a perspective on this that none of us can appreciate and understand. And we've met you in person. We broke bread together, so we know your story. But at the same time, Brian Kelly needs to show more empathy and take accountability. Exactly. But I mean, he didn't perform the surgery. But if you practice what you preach and you're talking about love and family and togetherness and team and all these things, just because someone can't lace them up and put a helmet and shoulder pads on anymore doesn't mean you put them off on the sideline and forget about them.
Exactly. And my question is, and I don't know anything about it because I'm not in the. Wouldn't you want to send a player like that was having brain surgery to the best brain surgeon in the world?
That's out of my.
I mean, the answer is yes.
Yeah,
no one wants the 58th best brain surgeon. They want the best.
Correct.
So,
Yes, and I just hope and pray that the young man is able to get back to a semblance of life, just where he can function on a daily basis, and that's all I can. I just wish him the best.
I think we all do. Again,
Brent, thanks for your call.
I have and loosely been following this. Probably should honestly read
not
more
a good
about
look
it.
but this doesn't need to be turned into recruiting fodder. It will be because of but this just it's a bad look on Brian Kelly and how he runs an organization.
To your point, it's like if you use this to negative recruit, you're kind of a scumbag.
You're a dirtbag too. But it's going to happen. It's just going to happen. Hey, let me tell you about Jackie Mock and our friends at Mock Legal Solution. They've opened. Do you know they have a second location now?
I do. I actually drove by it.
They're in Sallisaw, Oklahoma, right near the courthouse to better serve Sequoia and LeFlore County. So not only do they handle family law, but Jackie has 13 years in car wrecks, slips and falls, and dog bite cases. So they can help you with pretty much anything. Insurance checks, wreck checks. They can do all of that. And they understand that times are hard, and most of us working class people can't afford to pony up a $5,000 retainer. They get that, they understand that, and they get asked for more money down the road. So listen, they offer flat fees, low down payments, and payment plans to make it easy for you to navigate the situation you're in. Hey, the laws have changed, and yes, joint custody is the default now. So if you're going through family law issues and you need help, they can go to trial with you and get you success in your case. Go to mocklegalsolutions.com. or call 479-769-1505 at 769-1505 or mocklegalsolutions.com.
Been waiting all morning to lay into the Kentucky Wildcats. They're going to finish their season 7-11 in conference. Fire Mark Pope is already going through the echo chambers that is Lexington, Kentucky. We'll tell you why next.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new ultra matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
Are you ready to build your company's dream team? Just like in sports, finding skilled players is essential for success. With Robert Half's winning combination of specialized recruiting professionals and award-winning AI, we'll help you find the MVPs and key role players who will have you hanging banners in the rafters. Because in business, it's all about having the experienced team on your side. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
This is the Morning Rush.
Touchdown, Arkansas!
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. You've got beer and football, nothing is hard, until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The Paint Store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
If you live near Alex, Alma, Branch, Bloomer, Mountain Burg, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect Internet may be available to you right now. Wave is now serving a few non-member areas and adding more in the coming months. Check availability online. Sign up.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC finals. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
All right, let's get into our SEC update. So, Tommy, did you know Kentucky lost last night?
Now, that couldn't be right because that would be like 3 of the last 4, right?
Yeah, and 2 in a row. And I think
2 in a row.
Four or 5 or
I'm
4 or
losing
6.
track. Who'd they lose to on Saturday?
They lost to Arkansas on Saturday,
yeah.
and they lost to Ole Miss last night, 90.
You know, you think the 58th best show in the midday slot
would know that.
In this county would know that.
I'm saying top 58 because I don't know if we're actually at 58.
We're in the top 50.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're receiving votes.
How have how the tables have turned. Listen, Kentucky's going to go 7-11 the rest of the way. Give you their schedule. They'll beat South Carolina on Saturday in Rupp. They're not going to beat Tennessee, I don't think. They're going to lose at Texas. They'll beat Vandy. They'll lose at Alabama. They'll lose at Oklahoma. They'll lose against Auburn. They'll beat LSU, and they'll lose at Missouri. That is 7-11, folks. Arkansas could end up 7-11. Maybe I'm making too much what happened on Saturday night. I tend to do that.
Let me ask you this. If both teams end up 7-11 and only one of them gets into the tournament, who will it be?
That will be the Arkansas Razorbacks, who have a road win, a 10-point road win on the road in Rupp Arena. And then Kentucky faithful will lose their minds, and it would be the greatest. I would argue it would be the greatest day of sports radio for Arkansas basketball in a while.
Flip that. What if you beat Kentucky at their place and somehow they get in over Arkansas?
Then you'll have to. It'll be
take the day off.
The entire show, because I will just be cut the whole show. I mean, it would be bad, very bad situation. Don't even put that in the ether.
Not where you want to be on your last.
Don't
show.
even put that in the ether. Florida beats Vanderbilt by 11. And Auburn beats Oklahoma by 28. Auburn's unbelievable, man. Janai Broome. Arkansas is going to get slaughtered when they go into there.
So Ole Miss beat Kentucky last night handily, right?
14.
And then,
it was
then
worse than 14.
Auburn beat that Ole Miss team by 20 the other night. It's ridiculous how good they are.
In the pavilion, Colton, to your point. So that is that is a tough team to beat. Anything else I got? No. Can we make fun of Kentucky more? Trying to think, what else can we use against them? They might turn it around once they get their point Kriza and their starting point guard Butler back, but they don't have anyone to bring up the ball. Like Robinson's a 2-guard that is it Armani Williams. I was saying that name right. He's a 5 that's playing point forward out of necessity. It's an injury thing. They're not going to be. I would be shocked if they didn't make the NCAA tournament. And honestly, that 7-11 is on the worst case scenario. But their fans are not happy right now. And it is absolutely, absolutely glorious when it comes to making fun of them.
All right, that's your SEC updates brought to you by Valley Family Dental. Are you a snorer? My wife will jab me sometimes in the middle of the night. Hey, roll over, you're snoring. Hey, call our friend Dr. Bo Sparkman. They can get you a snore guard. They'll give you a $300 discount right now. They do more than just clean teeth and take x-rays and fill cavities and braces and, bleach your teeth. They do all those things. But the other thing they can do is create a custom snore guard to help with your snoring. So if you need help with that, call to make your appointment, 479-226-3500. Tell them at Valley Family Dental Practice you heard it here on the Morning Rush, and they'll give you a $300 discount off of your snore guard. That's a $300 discount. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500, or go to valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
So Phil's going to be in studio today, and we were in the break talking a little Casey Kasem, radio-wise. Help me.
He would be on your Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore of radio. I'm ashamed to say that I just know him from Scooby-Doo and Saved by the Bell. I don't know.
Now, back to the countdown.
Yeah, I don't know any of his radio stuff. I know he was
The
famous.
weekly top 40. You're not familiar?
No, not at all. Not a bit.
Wow.
I realized that
Bill,
that
this
was
is-
what they were.
Bill has walked in shame and disgust.
As he
Sometimes
often
I pity you, Tommy. But
as
then
he-
again, you see what I dealt with for 2 years, but you've been doing it.
Were we doing a show
longer than
2
I have.
years? Tommy and I made it to 5. That's half a decade.
I mean,
think you
I
didn't know.
had to take you to. I mean, he
To
put
what?
you in the portal. I mean, he was going to quit.
Trade clause. He said
He
I
had
am
hair
not-
when Bill had hair before he met you.
That's been a while. Like, think about that.
Yeah.
The circles under my eyes got a lot deeper when I started doing that.
Yeah, but you also got more joy in your heart when I joined your live. It's like
felt like I
it's like
educated
it's like
somebody.
I got dumber, but at the same time I got happier.
Tommy, I didn't do
Fat
my
and
job, though.
happy.
He didn't know who Casey Kasem was as far as
The
being a real
halftime
DJ.
the halftime homework
Morning
was,
rush homework.
is to research
Yeah.
everything. Also, he said I have a Fred like haircut from Scooby Doo. Does that work?
A Fred like hair.
Where's my
maybe.
Daphne? Where's my redhead Sphinx
Mm.
that
Hey,
follows
you
me
would put
around
Casey.
everywhere?
Let's see, be Casey Kasem, Paul Harvey. You'd have to put Limbaugh up there, and probably Stern
Imus?
or Imus.
Stern is absolutely
Those five
up there.
have
Yeah,
to be up there.
Stern's like probably 2 on that list.
I don't know about. I mean, Paul Harvey might be. Paul Harvey invented the dadgum thing. So,
All right. Well, speaking of good radio hosts, we're going to do what is going to be characterized eventually as the Radio Hall of Fame as a good radio
I
bit.
can't imagine they're
Okay.
not calling any minute.
All right, this is Vahiva Loy's walk-up song. I give it a rating 1 to 10.
I'm a little big country. I'm a little big reggae.
Got the Hawaiian sound.
Called
While I sleep on my
country reggae. Rate it 1 to 10.
For me,
I kind
6.
of like it. A
For
6?
him, I mean that's not what I'm listed. For him and his walk-up song and his background where he comes from, that's a 10.
His brother Kuhio's on the team this year. I think I
Yeah.
said that right. His song is also very similar, so I hope they get to bat close
Good
to each other in
vibes.
the lineup.
Again, we're only a week and a half, and not even that. Next Friday, I was getting text this morning about the Globe Live thing, which will be not the following weekend, but the weekend after. So baseball season upon us. Waters Club earlier this week. Phil's here, and he is jacked for baseball season, as he should be. Most people are. Hey, we're also jacked for the upcoming Valentine's Day. Now, again, you kind of laid out what you and Laura are doing. Very nonchalant, very chill. Yeah, it is a Friday.
She's taking the kids to a cheer comp, and I'll be refereeing basketball.
Yeah, it's
wonderful.
You're growing. I say you're growing up. You're. It's just life, right?
Yeah.
At the thing. Well, what you should do is go to Rath Auto Resources or Rath Mitsubishi's Facebook and try and win her something.
Okay.
And then
what are they doing?
Say that
What are
you
they giving
did-
away?
Say
Tell
that
me
you
your
did
wise
win.
one.
All right. So not only is I don't know which one's better, if David's is better or Larry's better. They're both great, but they are giving away a bunch of stuff. I know that Larry's got a Goodfellas gift card, and there's also a sweet treat shop thing in there. David's giving away, I think, 3 things, so I think he actually has a leg up on his father. Either way, go to their Facebook page, Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi. You can check out both locations online at rathmitsubishi.com and rathautofortsmith.com. Not just for the giveaways, but you can see the different vehicles that they have on the lot each and every week. I'm a big fan of the Mighty Key Car Care Center. Been there a couple times already. I just like how comprehensive it is. Every little detail, every little intricate part of my car that I had no idea existed. They walk me through it. Hey, this looks good. This looks good. This looks good. We might need to look into this. So I really appreciate everything that happens at both Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. This is Tommy tomorrow and Friday.
Miss my hermano.
That will be him the next 2 days. Again, Tommy, I'll be back. No worries. I can't tell if that's Kyrie Irving's voice or Tommy,
Miss my hermano.
or if that's Tommy's. By the way, they're still grieving in Dallas.
It's still a grieving process right now. Miss my hermano. You know, we had a lot of time together.
You don't have to grieve. I'll be back. I'll be back Sunday. Be back to work on Monday.
Colton, we
That'd
need
be
to
great.
decide after the show what we're having catered in the next 2 days for breakfast.
I was thinking some nice crepes, something real fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe an omelet bar.
Ooh, that
Let me
sounds
ask you.
good.
Let me ask you something. Am I in a situation
Mimosas.
where I could smoke cigs? Like, listen to this. Listen to this quick rant from Ryan Russillo, Tommy.
He could have been smoking cigarettes, Bill. He could have been smoking cigarettes, bringing the ball up the
court, and I would still be like, when can we sign you to the Supermax?
Yeah. So can I smoke cigs on the air and I still have
No.
a job?
And make your voice sound better.
No.
It probably would have deepened it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to test that. Next week, I'm going to come in with a back of Marlboro Lights, light one up on air, and see
borrow
how
some of
long it-
Betty's.
and see how, yeah. They're right there. And see how long it lasts.
You'd be
Post
green.
Super-
You'd turn green
No,
in under a minute.
that is dip. I don't dip. I don't zen. I don't velo. The
I don't know what half that
There
stuff
is
you just said
nothing.
is.
There's
But
nothing.
you rip a good heater. You like a good
Yes,
heater.
I'm
Yeah.
like Brent.
Good
Yeah.
long dart. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you, Colton. Thank you for backing
You get
me
to
up.
do it one time.
All right, one time.
And then make sure you say
And then-
goodbye when you
and then,
do.
And then, like Miles Garrett, I will request a trade.
Yeah.
And it'll go swimmingly. I'm assuming like his is going right now.
Hey, Gaston's, you can sit on the back porch and you can smoke anything you want on the back
I'm
porch
gonna go work
there
for
at
Clint at
Gaston's.
Jake. Anything? Anything?
Well, hey, I'm not
Is it
I'm not going to be
legal?
judgy. So you do what you want. But hey,
Are you cop, Clint? Are you cop?
what more peaceful place to relax and unwind and have a cocktail at the end of the day, sitting on your patio or your porch, sitting outside your private cabin at Gaston's. Winter rates are in effect. Tell you, go to their website, gastons.com. You can see the various accommodations, whether you got 2 or 22 or more than that going. They can help you. If you're planning the business retreat or the getaway and, hey, we got like 100 people coming. Well, they got a conference center that can host your meetings, and they can take care of your accommodations. And their restaurant is fantastic. It can take care of the meals as well. Ask about winter rates going on now through the early part of spring at Gaston's White River Resort, 870-431-5202. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
The Golf Nut is thrilled to introduce new products for 2025, including Cobra Dark Speed Adapt woods and irons, Ping G440 woods and irons, and TaylorMade QI35 woods. Lap putters, including the latest OZ model, are also available. Whether you want to improve your swing or enjoy the game, the Golf Nut offers a range of options. Book a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators and experience golfing greatness. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue for your ultimate golfing destination.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner. because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
West, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
If you live near Alex, Alma, Branch, Bloomer, Mountain Burg, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect Internet may be available to you right now. Wave is now serving a few non-member areas and adding more in the coming months. Check availability online. Sign up.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Austin, Texas, in a nutshell. Overrated. I've been. Tommy hasn't. We'll get him down there one of these days, and I think
Go down there and eat brisket.
Again, that's an area that they are not overrated in. I will give them credit for that. But as a town itself, been to a lot of other big cities, that is not high up on my list.
Hey, employee pricing is back for a limited time this month only at Wheels RV, the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas. That's right, you pay what their employees pay, but only for this month on new and used RVs, plus select 2025 models as well. Great brands like Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff all have these special discounts, and you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV that's sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
All right, so as we wrap up today's show here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday, I think my final beef here this morning is, like, I think that most people would characterize me as a positive guy when it comes to everyday life. I try to be chipper, cheery, have a smile on my face most of the time. Can't always have that. Razorback sports deteriorate some of my life and my spirit, if you will, because of the ineptitude of the athletics department at times as a whole, football, basketball, and baseball. And one of the stats that I would use to back up that, and you could say it's unfair to expect this or whatever, is that Arkansas, this Texas, A&M, and Missouri aren't on this list because they joined in 2012. But since 1995, every other SEC school has won a football, basketball, or baseball national championship, and you haven't. 30 years. Hopefully Dave breaks it this year. Cal, man, they go nuts.
Just include track on that list and you'll feel better.
Yeah, well, I love the track and field program, and they don't get enough credit for their consistency. But
both ranked #1 right now.
Yeah, it's just, and I didn't know that. Women's golf's #2. Congratulations to them. Puerto Rico Classic. Tommy's going to be on the next trip here going out. But that, I think
I'm going to become a beef of mine. I'm going to be at the modern day Grand Hall. I'm going to cover all the golf stuff.
A beef of mine is like when people ask, why are you negative about Arkansas? It's because of stuff like that. Every SEC program in 30 years has won a national championship in football, basketball, or baseball, and you haven't. when that curse gets broken, you want to call it that, I'll be happy. But in that sense, that's why fans, it's stuff like that that gives you ammo of why fans are negative and they get mad and they're not as positive they are with Razorback sports. That is why this morning.
Yeah, I mean, and losing sucks. It's just all it is. But when you watch your rivals win, when you watch your rivals win, that really it chaps you. Hey, brought to you by the Fence Man. 782-3936 is the number. Call Sean and his team. They'll come give you a free, no obligations quote. Plus, right now, I was noticing on their Facebook page, they're giving away some great prizes right now. So call and get that quote. You're entered to win the prizes with the Fence Man. 782-3936, the Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. It's a What's Your Beef Wednesday. It's been brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. See everything online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com or stop in and see him at 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville, just off College. Richard's Country Meat Market, where they've got everything you need to be ready for the big game on Sunday.
Are you going to be okay without me in these next 2 days?
I just hope I can figure it out.
Don't throw a pizza
I'm not
party.
even sure if I can figure out how to talk into the microphone.
Well,
Miss my hermano.
That's me the next couple days without you. Don't throw a pizza party without me. If
I'm a little jealous. I would like to be in Arizona right now.
Well,
it's lovely out there.
It's going to be pretty. Phil
Are you playing
Elson
golf?
in studio. Yes.
Awesome.
Terribly, but I'm playing.
Came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home. The Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all.